Hi, Mark here with My Engineering, and for today's video, we're not going to be talking about scanning or post-processing, reverse engineering, inspection. We're going right back to the beginning, and that is going to be surface prep. Critical for certain surfaces is going to be scanning spray. And what I mean by that is certain surfaces, so my coffee cup, for example, here has a nice matte black finish. That is not going to reflect very much information for your scanner to record, unless you're maybe 90 degrees to it. Otherwise, you're just going to see essentially nothing. You have the little aluminum ring across the top here. It's very reflective, so it's just going to scatter the light everywhere. So even if you're using a blue light laser, like a Scantech SimScan, it's going to be just reflecting that light kind of all over. You might have a very noisy surface. You may have some challenges with tracking if you're using a structured light scanner. So again, we're going back to our Artec Leo here, which we're going to be using today. If it doesn't have enough information or unique information for it to track on, you're going to lose tracking. It's going to be a very bad scan. You may have multiple surfaces. And then the other side of the spectrum is going to be transparent. So we're going to be using a glass for our example today. Light obviously just passes through it. So for a light-based scanner, you're just going to have an impossible time trying to gather a good 3D model of this. So for this glass, let's just say for today's exercise, we needed to reverse engineer it. Maybe we wanted to enlarge it, get the volume, whatever it is. We need to get a good, accurate 3D model of this glass. So I'm going to show what it looks like without scanning spray. Okay, so if we start our recording here, you can see our nice little turntable, and you see a shadow of exactly where that glass actually is. As it comes around, you might see a little bit of that logo floating kind of out in space, but you're not getting the information of that glass at all. And it doesn't matter if we really change our angle, it's just not going to see it. So let's use some spray. All right, so I have my AB6, and we just have to hold up our glass. All you got to do is lightly dust it. You don't have to add a lot. You just want to get a little bit of nice even coverage. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit of a gap where my hands are. But as you can see up close, it just gives it a nice little dusting. And that's enough for the scanner to be able to get a good reflection on, so it gets a solid return. All right, so now with our sprayed glass, we're going to start our Leo scan again. And instantly you can see the difference, whereas in the very first scan without the scanning spray, the glass was essentially invisible on this scanner. You saw the turntable, but you saw a shadow where the glass was kind of supposed to be. Now you can see it actually populates very nicely in the model. So we are set for quality mode right now with our scanner. So everything that's green, you're actually getting very good dense data. Night and day difference. Something that was essentially unscannable is completely scannable. So I really can't stress the importance of scanning spray on hard to scan surfaces. You can see at the bottom there's a little hole there. That's a thumbprint. So obviously there's not going to be good scanning data there. But basically you're able to get really good scan data where the scanning spray is on. And so now we can take this into Artec Studio, process it, and we'll see what kind of model we have. All right, so I've now brought the model into Artec Studio 19 and processed it. And as you can see, it's got a very good, nice, consistent surface along the side of the glass. At the very base of it there, you can see there's a couple little inconsistencies. That's where my thumb and fingers were. So obviously where there's a lack of coverage of the scanning spray, you're going to have a lack of coverage in the scan. So without the spray, essentially this glass would have been unscannable. With the spray, now we have a very good model. We can do whatever we want to do with after. I have an exciting update for this video. We now carry the Attblime line of scanning sprays on our online store. So you can find that at myeng.ca/store. We carry the AB2, which is the 2-hour sublimating spray, AB6, 6-hour sublimating spray, and the ABP, which is the permanent scanning spray. And that's available for shipping across Canada. We have tested them extensively in-house and are very impressed with their performance, both with structured light style scanners like our Artec Leo here, and blue light laser style scanners like our Scantech SimScan. We've used it on a variety of surfaces. So myself, I've scanned little chrome figurines, performs very well. As you saw in this video, on a glass, still performs very well, and all the way up to large objects like car hoods, which are typically very difficult to scan just because they're so reflective. Same with jet boats, so you get either the polished aluminum or that paint that has a lot of like flecks in there. Very difficult to scan. You get a lot of reflectivity. With the scanning spray, it performs great. So that's it for today. If there's anything else you guys would like to see, always let us know in the comments section, or you can email us at support@myeng.ca. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.